I'm very grateful that I'm a little part of this big and exciting world of amateur radio, and to have so many wonderful friends all over the world. I'm very curious and also excited to see what the future will bring for me in amateur radio and what new friendships will develop. I really love amateur radio and I will also do my best for it.
Hi, my name is K.Thomas, W1DED. Today I have with me Pia, DL7PIA, who's joining me from just outside the Black Forest in Germany. I think this is the first ham radio operator I've interviewed from Germany. I'm really excited about this. Pia is 18 years old. I believe she was licensed when she was 12. She's been very active with the DX Marathon program, and that's where I first heard about her via Mark WC3W, who I've interviewed a couple times before, had mentioned to me that she had won the Yoda plaque in DX Marathon. So anyway, I'm excited to hear from Pia. Pia, thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much for the invite, Kevin.
Well, I appreciate you joining me from Germany. I know it's been somewhat of a complicated task to get our time zones to line up for this conversation, and I really appreciate that. So tell me about you getting licensed at 12 years old. What was the motivation for you to do that?
My love for amateur radio started very early. The first time I got in contact with something that belongs to amateur radio was at the age of 5. I saw a documentary on television about the Morse code and the life of Samuel Finlay B. Morse. And yeah, I found that very interesting and fascinating. So I asked a family member to write down for me the whole Morse code, and then I was able to order different things, for example to eat or something else in Morse code. So one time I ordered a did it from my mom. That's the German word for ice cream. And yeah, first she couldn't understand me and didn't know what I wanted from her. And yeah, then she had no other choice than to learn the whole Morse code to understand me. Yeah, and my real adventure with amateur radio began through my uncle Rainer, Delta Hotel 3, Sierra Bravo Bravo. He has been licensed for over 35 years now, and he often did portable operations on mountains during holidays or trips we spent together. And yeah, I was very fascinated from this way of communication from the very first moment on. So I wanted to know exactly how everything works. And yeah, the only problem was that I was not allowed to operate because I had no license at this time. Yeah, and then one day my uncle surprised me. In Germany we have the possibility, every licensed radio amateur has the possibility to apply for an educational call sign, a Delta November call sign. And with this call sign, not licensed persons can operate under the supervision of the licensed radio amateur. And so one day he surprised me with such an educational call sign, and then I was able to make my very first QSO. And after my very first QSO, I was 100% sure that I want to make the amateur radio extra class exam as soon as possible, because I wanted to operate on all bands without any frequency restrictions. Yeah, I also told my parents about my plans, and I inspired also my mom, Petra, to join me, and she's now Delta Lima 5, Papa India Alpha. Yeah, almost the same call sign, only the numbers are different. DL5 and DL7PIA. Yeah, but what I didn't know at this time was that my mom already wanted to make the license when she was 18 years old. But due to different things at this time, there was no time to make the license. And so we started to learn together for the exam. After 3 months then, I passed my amateur radio extra class exam at the age of 12 in July 2019. And at this time I was the youngest radio amateur in Germany holding an extra class license. So yeah, that's the reason why you can hear me now on the bands as Delta Lima 7 Papa India Alpha since July 2019.
Well, Pia, I love that story, and I often hear stories about somebody's mom or dad were ham radio operators, so they, as a kid, got their license. And I just love that this is the other way around, that you're getting your license, encourage your mother to get licensed. One of the things I'm curious about, your love for ham radio, how does that intersect with your studies there in high school?
Yeah, I really love amateur radio, and it's really a wonderful hobby. There are so many possibilities and different things you can do.
So do you have an interest in science in school?
I'm also already interested a longer time in everything that has to do with weather, astronomy and geophysics or astrophysics and meteorology.
And you mentioned portable operations. Tell me a little bit about that you have done some portable operations with your uncle. Tell me what you've done.
Yeah, I really love to be outside in the nature, and that is something you can perfectly connect with amateur radio. It's always fun to operate outside in the nature, and here around we have really a beautiful nature. We have parks not so far away, the Black Forest National Park, for example, or also not far away from my QTH is the Schönbuch Nature Park. So I often do also parks on the air. And here in my region we have also a lot of castles. I also like castles on the air. And my very first portable operation I had just 3 weeks after I passed my license in July 2019, and that was really a wonderful experience. I was very curious how everything would work then outside and what will be possible. So I was QRV from the mountains of Hotel Bravo Zero, the Principality of Liechtenstein, and Oscar Echo 9. And with a Yaesu FT891, and antennas were homemade dipoles stretched between 2 trees or something else I could find. Yeah, because on mountains you often don't have so many trees or no trees, then you have to look where to build up the antennas. Yeah, and that was really a unforgettable and wonderful experience and time I had. Just such a short time after I got my license, I had very many unforgettable moments, and I could work all continents from the mountains. Especially, one moment I had during a portable operation in Hotel Bravo Zero I will never forget. It was already getting dark out on the mountain, and time to take down everything, the antennas and so on. But I really wanted to keep calling CQ on the 40-meter band. And then suddenly I heard 2 letters out of the big European pileup I had. And from the sound I knew that it must be something special. Maybe a station from far away. Yeah, and then it was a station from Japan. It was my very first QSO I had with a station from Japan, and after our QSO there were some seconds silence on the frequency, and then a station congratulated me for this special QSO, and that's a moment I will never forget. That was something very special for me, and I couldn't imagine that something like this would be possible in the mountains just with simple equipment, homemade antennas, and yeah, that was really special. And then I had an idea what could be possible in the future, because the Sunspot Maximum was also still to come.
So speaking of DX, as I mentioned, you received the YOTA plaque in the DX Marathon program. Just for our audience sake, could you describe what the DX Marathon program is?
Yeah, the DX Marathon program is really a wonderful program. And for me especially, it's fun to see how many DXCCs are possible to. I'm able to work in 1 year with my homemade antennas, and that's really something special. And the DX Marathon is really a wonderful program. Mark Whiskey Charlie Free Whiskey is responsible for it. And he's doing really a great job. He's doing a lot for our wonderful hobby. And it's great that there is a youth category in the DX Marathon for 3 years now. And yeah, it's great that there are people like Bill Whiskey 2 Charlie Quebec sponsoring a plaque and supporting youth this way. Bill was the sponsor of my DX Marathon plaque that I could win, and it's really a wonderful plaque, and I'm very thankful that he sponsored it, because without him I would not have been able to get this plaque. Yeah, it's great that there are radio amateurs like Mark and Bill in our wonderful hobby. We can also learn very much things from them. And the DX Marathon is really a wonderful program.
And Pia, do you recall what your results were that year that you won the YOTA plaque? What the numbers were?
Yeah, I won it with a score of 280.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations. So what are the next steps for you in ham radio? What are you hoping to do next?
I really love ham radio, and one thing I really want to do someday is to participate in a DX and be a part of it. And in the near future, this year, my village here I'm living in, Haslach, I'm located here in the southwestern part of Germany, near Stuttgart, at the edge of the Black Forest, and I'm living in a small village called Haslach with around 1,750 inhabitants, and this year Haslach is celebrating its 1,250th anniversary. It was first mentioned in a document in the year 775. So Haslach has a very long and interesting history. It's one of the oldest villages here in the wider area, and I thought it would be great to support also this celebration with amateur radio. So I applied for a special event call sign, and just at the beginning of this week I received the assignment. And the special call sign is Delta Alpha 1250 Hotel Alpha Sierra, and so I will be QRV soon until the end of the year with this special event call sign. And it's also a good opportunity to make amateur radio visible in the public, and to show how wonderful and exciting and versatile our fantastic hobby is. So I hope that I can show this with several different activities through the year, and maybe also I can get some people interested in amateur radio. So that would be great.
Well, speaking of interest, tell me, do your classmates show an interest in understanding what you're doing with ham radio? Do you have any of your peers getting their license?
Yeah, most of them don't really understand what I'm doing with amateur radio, and they often ask me why you don't take your mobile phone.
And how do you answer that?
Yeah, I say then to them and ask them if they would call a person they don't know, for example, in Australia, Canada, or somewhere else over the world. And normally you wouldn't do this. And with amateur radio, the whole world is just one call away, and you have friends all over the world. And normally young persons don't have friends all over the world, but with amateur radio you do, and I think that's something very special.
Pia, there's a lot of conversation about getting younger people involved with ham radio. What would be your advice to people that have been in the hobby for, say, 40 or 50 years? What would you tell them to do to encourage more youth operators?
It would be very important that if the young persons are interested in amateur radio, to show them how versatile and exciting our wonderful hobby is. It's a good way, for example, to take them with you for portable operations or another operation somewhere else, and to show them how everything works. And maybe also with the possibility we have here in Germany with the educational call sign, they can also experience their first QSO, or if they like. And I think it also would be important or a good thing to do, for example, courses at schools or universities to show amateur radio and all the things you can do, because it's a very exciting and versatile hobby, and you can also learn so many things. You can learn about the different cultures and the different languages, geography, and also about the technical things. So I think no other hobby than amateur radio is so exciting and versatile. So I think there are many things you could do.
Well, Pia, I really appreciate you joining me today, and you certainly are a shining example of what we all could be doing more on the air, not only in our own operating, but also to encourage young people to get involved. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kevin. And what I would say, maybe as a final from me, I think it's important that you go your own way, no matter how unusual it may be in the eyes of the majority. And if you enjoy doing something and you are very really interested in it, you should fight for it, and you should fight for it to be able to do it, and regardless what others are thinking or saying. You should never stop having goals and dreams, and it's also in difficult times. And yeah, I'm very grateful that I'm a little part of this big and exciting world of amateur radio, and to have so many wonderful friends all over the world. And I'm very curious and also excited to see what the future will bring for me in amateur radio, and what new friendships will develop. So, and yeah, a very important thing for me is also that to keep our wonderful hobby alive. I really love amateur radio, and I will also do my best for it what I can. So thank you very much, Kevin. I really appreciated our talk.
I've been talking to Pia, DL7PIA. Follow her example. Operate more, work more DX, go out and operate portably, and also look for her special event station during the 1,250th anniversary of her hometown in Germany. Thank you again, Pia, 73.
Thank you, Kevin, 73.